Hi, I'm Kishan Karul. Before I begin, I would like to thank you and I would like to thank yourself for you to decide to watch this video. At the end, when you walk out at the end of this video, I can assure you that you will be walking back with a very valuable information. Something that we wish we knew earlier. Something that we wish someone would have came and taught us, gave us this information, give us this knowledge. This is really essential and we should know about it. Okay, so let me introduce myself. I'm 28 years old this year. I'm in my third year of bachelor's in psychology, and of course I got really interested and I was got so curious to know, to learn about how investment works. So I was doing my research and came across one of the successful financial planning company, JK Legacy. This company is founded by this iron lady, I would say, Madam Jandy Kumar. Okay, and of course, for me to learn, I need to learn from the best of this industry, the industry leader, and because she has over 30 years of experience since 1992, she has helped many different clients to plan their finance in terms of savings and investment. So I've been learning with her, and guess what? In the process of me learning, process of me getting to know on how investment works, I came across one of the best investment policy, one of the best, because it has so much of benefits. And uh, I've decided that I want to reach out this information to every single one. So I've decided, no, I just don't want to go and talk about the benefit of the policy. I just don't want to go and sell the policy. Me as an entrepreneur, I've decided that I know it is in my blueprint that I want to add value. I want to let this additional information goes to you with in a form of a good value. Okay, so I've decided that now I decided that to run a campaign. Okay, this campaign is called Save Money and the Money Will Save You. It's solely for me to add value, to educate the people to start saving. And it's not just start saving, but to start saving smartly. Now, this is a common terms, savings, but can we start saving smartly? Okay, so the purpose of the campaign is to educate. Now, let's come down core to what is savings. Since primary school, we have been educated, we have been told that savings is really crucial. We have been encouraged to save. Of course, we've been told to save for rainy days. When we have a specific purpose that we needed money, we would save. And of course, the health and the education, quality health. In order for us to attain that, we need money. And of course, we need to save. We need to have money to attain them. And of course, last but not least, we want to protect our income. We want to provide the best for our loved ones, for our family. I'm not saying that we all are not saving. We are somehow doing our savings. But the big question here is, are we saving enough? And a new question to ask yourself, if there were an option for you to start saving smartly, would you want to have a look at it? So let me introduce to you the People Link policy from MCIS Life. Okay, so among all the policies that I've learned and studied, this is one of the best. Okay, I've took up this policy for myself, and let me explain to you. Let me share with you on how did I did my planning. Okay, so I've decided, me as a common human being, I want to start saving and start saving seriously, like consistently, disciplinedly. I want to start save, and it's for this long term. So um I've decided, okay, let me put, for a start, let me start with 250 ringgit every month. So as you can see in the highlighted um, region here, there's a monthly. I want to save up to 250,000 ringgit. Okay, and as you can see on the left, it's there's an amount here, 200,000 ringgit. I'll be coming to that later. Now let's come to the calculation first. Okay, so this is the common, or this is a very simple calculation that I did in my book, in my Kira Kira book, where I want to save 250 ringgit a month. So I times it by 12. I have an accumulative of 3,000 ringgit in my first year. So I have a savings of 3,000 ringgit, and I times it by 10. For 10 years, I have 30,000 ringgit. And of course, I wanted a long-term savings. I'm 28 this year. Another 20 more years, I'll be touching my 50s. I'll be touching the first my age 50. In another 2 more years, where I'll be 48 years old, and I'll be having a saving of 60,000 ringgit. Now, this only if that I've saved it consistently, and I can attain this if I save it using the bank, bank. Okay. So I know I'll be having 60,000 ringgit at the end of the 20th year. Now I compare this with me investing and saving via People Link. Okay, can you see this? There's a lot of numbers here, but I want you to focus on the non-guaranteed cash value. Can you see here? Non-guaranteed cash value. Okay, and there's a scenario X and there's scenario Y. Now, what is scenario X and scenario Y? As you can, as I have told you just now, this is an investment link. Okay, so there's a worst case scenario, there's a best case scenario, and of course, we all want the best case scenario, right? And based on Madam Jandy's experiences over 30 years, she has only gave a scenario, and it has happened numerously, and she only focuses on scenario Y. Okay, this scenario Y is just like how you save it in the bank. One of the best part of this policy is it's just like how you save it in the bank, just that here it's little bit a little more process into it for you to withdraw the money. And let's look at the figures. At the end of the 20th year, as you can see in my highlighted, okay, so it shows there's 65,000 ringgit. But at the end of the 20th year, in my based on my calculation, I was supposed to have 60,000 ringgit. But here there's an additional of 5,000 ringgit. So in another word, this scenario Y, the interest rate has given me an additional 5K. Now, how did the money grow? In this policy, in this investment link policy, the money that I chose to save via People Link, and the money is being received by this company. They are using this money to invest into equity funds. Okay, so there are about 7 equity funds. Can you see? Okay, so this out of these 7, I've done extensive research, and based on the best the common or the most favorite funds that people always that financial planner, even Madam Jandy, she always recommends Global Yakin Fund and the Titan Fund, because as you can, let me show you proof. Okay, so this is a screenshot of an Bloomberg app from my phone, where I search for the annual return for these funds. Okay, the Global Yakin Fund is going up to 40% annually, but Titan Fund is going up to 32%. So we know it's going up approximately about 30% annually, and this is one of the best return that you can get it. Okay, and here I've told you that in scenario Y, the best case scenario, they are putting it here as for an illustration purpose of 5% only. I repeat, in scenario Y, the best case scenario, they are putting it in this table for an interest rate of 5%. But can you see here, as I mentioned just now, it's going up 20%, 30%, 40% maximum. So potentially this is not the amount. Okay, this is not the amount, the actual amount that we're getting, but you can be expecting something higher than that. Okay, so now I know that I have a good savings option plan, because I my intention is to start saving, and I came across this, and of course, instead of me just getting back my 60,000 ringgit for my savings, I get an additional interest on it. Of course, I'm happy. But is that all? Remember, in this campaign, I've mentioned that how can we start saving smartly? With the 250 ringgit that I've allocated to start saving, can I get more benefit out of it? Yes. This is an investment link insurance. Okay. So let's look at this term, income protection. What is income protection? This is a very powerful, very important term that we all should know. We all are going to work, we all are running our business, we have our salary income coming in. Am I right? So that is how we are sustaining our life. As we progress, as we age, we will have our own family, we have our wife, we have our spouse, we have our husband, we have our kids, we have our parents to take care of. And of course, all of that will be uh, the main fuel for us to sustain or for us to take care and give the best to our family. It comes from our income, it comes from our salary. Okay, but touch wood, how if one day that the um, sole income provider for the family, it can be the husband, it can be the wife, it can be the both of them, it can be anyone in the family, it can be you. Okay, so I asked this question to myself. In another 20, 30 years to come, if anything were to happen to me, what's going to happen to my family? What's going to happen to the lifestyle that we have created together with my income, with our income together? And where something were to happen to me, what's going to happen to my family? Are they going to downgrade themselves because there's no source of income for me? So here is where this insurance covers your income protection. And there's a basic sum assured of 200,000 ringgit. You have seen, I've showed you just now in that policy cover. A 200,000 ringgit of sum assured that I have put in as a beginner. If you already have this traditional, what is that, insurance, okay, keep in mind that this is a beginner. A 200,000 ringgit is nothing. It's just a p. It's just a p out of uh, it barely covers one year, 2 years for my family. But as a beginner, it's a good start. So I've decided, okay, let's put it as a 200,000 ringgit. Now, what does it do? So in case were to happen to me, anything to me naturally, where natural death about to occur or it have occurred, my family is entitled to get 100% of the basic sum assured. If I assured it for 300,000, they'll be getting the full 300,000. If they are, I've assured it to 500,000 or I've assured it to 1 million, they will be getting 100% on the basic sum assured. Of course, this is excluding my savings that in the account value. Okay, and of course, the second benefit here is the accidental death, meaning it's not natural, it's accidental. And I'm entitled, my family is entitled for 200%, is times two of the basic sum assured, 400,000 ringgit. So it depends on your basic sum assured, it times by two. Okay, and of course plus my savings. And it also covers total and permanent disability, meaning if where I were to go through any disability which disable me to go to work, meaning there's no income coming in, just like uh, a stop in my salary contribution to the family. But now what's going to happen? Yes, it also covers 100% from that. And this income protection benefit also covers giving my family funeral benefit out of 3,000, as much as 3,000 ringgit. Okay, so this is a basic income protection benefit. It sounds simple, but think about it. Isn't this really essential for us? Something that we leave behind for our loved ones to protect them. Okay, and secondly, critical illnesses protection. Okay, critical illness is, these are 36 critical illness that is common among the people. Okay, so as we age, as we grow older, we the life is so uncertain that we don't know what would happen next. Okay, so we uh should or take precaution step on to what be prepared, okay, when we are going to, when let's say we were to face any kind of situations like this. Okay, there are 36 critical illnesses, can you can see all by yourself. This is very common, and in this protection, if I were to diagnose at the early stage of these critical illnesses, there are 30% of the basic sum assured will be covered. Okay, and of course, if I detected, I've diagnosed it in the intermediate level, I'm basically getting 60% of it. And let's say I were to get in the advanced stage, I'll be getting the 100% of it. Okay, so this is equally important because I don't have to fork out the cost of the treatment from my pocket. Okay, so trust me guys, I when I go through this, when I gone through this, I feel that I am actually using that saving smartly, using the benefits. Okay, I don't have to fork out for my savings. This is provided with it. Okay, so let's come to the summary. A 250 ringgit every month that I've decided earlier to start saving, but right now I've covered my long-term savings with additional interest, with income protection and also critical illness protection. Now come down to let's do some study on it. Okay, so why do I say this is a smart way of saving? I only spend 250 ringgit every month, and what do I get? I could manage to practice proper disciplinary savings with an extra interest, and it can go up to 5k, it can go up to 10k. Okay, so and I'm also getting covered for early critical illnesses. As I said just now, I don't have to fork out money, my extra pocket, it's being covered. Okay, and of course, for you to get a quality um, health treatment, it's it costs a lot. The one time you go to treatment, it's a lot, and you will be relieved if someone is actually paying for you with your treatment. And I'm also getting covered for my income protection for my family. When I'm no more, they are entitled to get a large portion of money despite my savings, and my savings will be an additional for them actually. Okay, so I've calculated the total benefit in terms of the figure, in terms of money. I would, this benefit for me to, for my me and my family to experience, or for me to get this benefit, I would actually need to allocate 1,230 ringgit every month for the next 20 years only, in order for me to get whatever it is. But when I choose to start saving using this people policy, people link, I only need to put in 250 ringgit every month. Definitely a good way of saving. Definitely a smarter way of saving. Of course, I don't have to do for each of them separately. I came up in one go. Okay, so this is personalized for me, for my own preference. Okay, and I'm pretty sure every single one have their own need, have their own preference on how they would want to plan their finance. Okay, so let's come to a basic understanding of why people would consider this policy. Okay, first of all, they would want retirement savings at the age of 30. Another 20 more years, you be the particular person will be going on 50 in the age of retirement. When you are 40, you put another 20 years, you'll be going on 60. That is the retirement age. Okay, so most of them, they are relying on ETF, they are relying on some money from the government. It's just not enough. Okay, so you can start saving apart from your income starting now for your retirement savings. Of course, it covers your income protection and your critical illnesses as well. So your goal is attained. And some of them, they want to put in a certain amount of money, they want to save it for a specific purpose, a long-term savings, a house, a car, or raising up capital for a business. Okay, and this policy also benefits to those who have kids. as the earlier 5 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old. If they take up this policy, the next 20 years, they can use the savings in it to fund their education. Of course, at the same time, covers their any critical illnesses or anything such. Okay, and they can choose to continue it to protect their income in future. Now, why income protection? Based on what Madam Jendi have experienced, okay, she has gave this policy as a solution because there are some people, okay, who have high loan. They have took 300,000 ringgit of loan, let's say, okay, and let's say if something were to happen to them, what happened? The family has to bear the repayment, right? So if that particular person have took up this policy, okay, so upon that, that particular person will, the family will be receiving the sum assured money, 100% of it or 200% of it, okay, and that money can be used to pay off the loan, the debts, okay. So this is what planning is all about, okay. You don't want to burden your family, you don't want to give the the a hard time for your family once after you are gone, right? And of course they want to maintain the family lifestyle, because when there's no income stream coming in from one person, it's like one broken leg or pillar is broken, it, depending on one pillar. And of what happens when it's on sole pillar and the pillar is no more, the lifestyle decline. And when a lump sum of money is being paid to the family, they can sustain for a time period until they recover their finance. Or maybe you want to leave back something for your family, a token, or something that you just like a leaving a legacy, okay. So now that we have understood the importance of the savings, okay, I'm pretty sure you can imagine yourself taking up this policy and see yourself the next 20 years to come. And this is equally important. So if you want to know more about how this can benefit you, how you can personalize this according to your preference, or you have any queries, reply to this video down below, and I'll be guiding you. I'll be providing you necessary information, and of course, giving you a quotation, a personalized quotation based on your needs and preferences. Coming to the end of this slide, isn't everybody, it doesn't matter how much you earn, but if you don't save, it will be never enough. Okay, so with this people link policy, let's start saving smartly. Okay, so that's the motive of the campaign. That's my motive to add value to you. I'm pretty sure you have learned something new. I'm pretty sure that I've actually added value in you right now. You have got new information, got new knowledge. Okay, so me from JK Legacy, this is your financial inspiration, and me, Kishan Carol, it's my pleasure, and I'm signing off.